Bonjour, hello Pisces. Welcome back to Intuitive Energies. I'm going to stop it from shaking. All right, so this is Saturday. I'm going to be doing a reading for you. Now I have all the cards out already because I'm trying something new. Don't worry, they're still very in-depth readings. It might look a little different. It might not mean anything to you at all, but I'm hoping you get a lot more from it. A little bit of I guess a brainstorming, spirit storming session yesterday, and with the help of spirit, I'm bringing in something new that I think will be, I don't know, of even greater use to you, if that's possible. So I hope that you like this. It's not pretty, the eye. I feel this really indicates you this year, Pisces, okay? Sometimes clouds rolling over your eyes, but the potential for the beautiful sunshine growing from you with the help of spirit saying, we see you, we stand with you, and the beautiful star guiding your journey. I love this. This was up on my wall, and I've had many compliments on it from different people who really love this little cloth, and I decided to use it for you so that everybody can see it. And here we go, Pisces. So today what we're going to be discussing is everything that you've been through this week, okay? The one card that came through to define this question that I pose, which I would call day 6 question, and this is going to be much clearer to you as I start unfolding the spreads, is how would you have spirit or source help you reconnect to your desired outcome, okay? Because we've had a week where we felt a little torn apart, a little bit in an upheaval mode, everything kind of going haywire. It's almost like you're setting fires with your emotions, and it's hard to put out. I felt that all week with you, and the card that came out was the World. And right away what I thought is, Spirit, to reconnect with them, it would be for them to remind you that life is all about cycles, okay? It's all about the good, the bad, the tears, the focus. Everything that you go through is part of your journey and part of a cycle. And this is just part of a transition that you're going through, okay? And the transitioning card is the World. You're at the end of a cycle, about to begin a new one. Sometimes it gets ugly. Sometimes it feels bad. Sometimes it just doesn't feel right. It tears you apart. And it's just, I don't know, it's just the way it feels. Now the card of the day, remember today's advice, it says, if you stumble, make it part of the dance. So the best way that I'm going to add to this with that, saying the best way you could do is just kind of going, well, it is what it is, you know. This was part of the dance. Even the stuff that didn't feel so great, it's just part of it, okay? So the first row, I pulled 3 cards. Like I said, I've already done this because I had to do some tests, and I test with Pisces, and I decided to keep the cards. Would be the energies that are surrounding you, or surrounding the situation with you this week, that really reflected like how Source is seeing you using or utilizing this energy. And the way they saw you utilizing it is that you were putting so much quality time and work trying to weave magic, okay, and going in deep. You have the Explorer Cups. The Explorer Cups is also the one who has all these surges of emotion. It's the Knight of Cups. He's like the Casanova, love him and leave him, love you today, hate you tomorrow. That would be that kind of person. But you're putting so much of I want to fix it, and then the next day I don't want to fix it. There's so much work, or so much of you invested in this week of what you were trying to accomplish, okay? And it's what I was getting from them, it had little to do with you and your transition. It had more to do, you thought it did, but it had more to do with you trying to fix one specific thing. It wasn't the big picture, it was just a little tiny bit. Let's say you have an argument with somebody and you spend all week trying to fix that argument instead of like continuing your journey of packing and making sure everything is ready to go. You specifically like took that energy. And that's just an example. I've been using the Chariot or somebody going on a voyage like the Fool's Journey, okay, to talk about your new journey. It could be about anything. You could be saying put, you could just be simply switching jobs or you know, a flux in relationships. So the energies that you have been surrounding yourself is very much important energies, the ones that you should be investing in the journey that you're about to embark on, but you have taken some of those resources, and they're very important resources, and have dug in really deep. So that's why this has felt really intense this week, Pisces, okay? So the next three cards is the energies that you should be embracing. And so this is where Spirit comes in and tells you. The first card was the Ten of Wands underneath the 8. So instead of like putting your all in and doing quality work, what you should have done is kind of unloaded some of this, okay, so that you had less work to do on this. Maybe differentiate what could be helped and what couldn't, so that you could lower the amount of oppressive feelings or responsibility or the obligations that you felt and the stress associated with that. Okay? You should have embraced that this was oppressive, and you should have just like, well, I gotta let it go. Okay? So in the magic here, this is you, like, you know, taking every trick in the book to try to make it, okay, so that this situation can unblock. And they're saying it was blocked, but what you should have embraced is just kind of letting it flow around you, okay? But instead you didn't. You just kind of, you hung on to it, okay, too much. And what you should have done is just kind of let it go. Instead of being at an impasse, you should have just, I don't know, just let it go. That's what they're feeling. Like you should have just let that go from yourself. Stop feeling stagnant and let go of, as soon as you felt stuck and realized that it was a no-win, it should have just been let go. Okay? So the Explorer Cups, you went in deep. You went in deep. And instead what you maybe should have embraced is, again, it's a let go. It's the Six of Swords. It's that card of making the decision to move on. Okay? And retreating and starting focusing on your transition. Okay? And I'm not saying that I'm not blaming you guys for doing anything. I have gotten stuck on the smallest of details and the smallest of things. It's because at the core of it, the situation really does matter. But the thing is there's something deeper inside of you that matters more. There was something at the core of you that mattered more. And at the bottom of the deck here, it's saying that that wasn't really clear yet what that was. But it should make a showing. Everything that you go through from week to week is there to show you something. Something that was at the root of everything that you did this week. Okay? So the last three cards here that I've taken out are what Spirit have been trying to put to you all week about this. Okay? And the first card was the Five of Swords. Okay? They're trying to tell you that there was no real way of winning this situation. I kept saying that about Star Trek Kobayashi Maru, the no-win situation. And that's the lesson. That sometimes, no matter what your intentions or how hard you try, you're not going to get what you want. Okay? Trying to change somebody's mind is trying to ask, like, the world to be in that person's body and control them, and you can't. You can only take care of yourself, Pisces, okay? So if that's the situation, or there's bigger situations around you, you know, sometimes there's corporations do bad things and we want them to stop, it's not going to change overnight, okay? We as a group can make changes every day and shift them in different ways. If the demand isn't there for certain things, or if we change the demand somewhat, if we shift the perspective, then they will go that way. It's easier to change them like that. Just another example, okay? The other part is that magic of trying to weave the magic to get unstuck, you know, to going, Shazam, you're unstuck. We were losing sight with the star. You're losing sight. It's like a distant light that you could see, but they want you to focus more on your own alignment. The star is usually a star with the 7 stars and aligning yourself to it. And it's taken away a lot of your optimism being stuck here. The star is a card of hope. It's a card of peace and renewal. It's a card of illumination and optimism. And it feels like some of that was taken away this week, okay? Especially from you. The other thing they've been trying to tell you as well is instead of going deep into this emotion, okay, and where you should have been probably like moving on, leaving it away, getting past it, it's also taken away from your harmony, your personal harmony, your connectiveness to yourself, to people who love you, who still like are on your, in your tribe, part of your, you know, clan, and also the commitment you have to yourself and your goals and your journey and everything that brings you harmony and cooperation. You've kind of gotten away from that, okay? And again, the clarity, the Ace of Swords is in reverse. So that means that it's like your focus has been shifted, okay? So that was very important to... I don't know why you were asked to go through this all of this week, Pisces, and why it was such a difficult journey for you. But there's a reason. Look into it. There's something deeper. There's something below the surface than just the stuff that you have been feeling. It would be in that feeling of trying so hard. It's something within you. What is making you try so hard? What is that insecurity inside of you, or that drive that is making you try so hard at something? That's what you've got to look at, not the situation not the nitty-gritty of the situation, but the reason as to why you were doing or trying to jump through all of these hoops all through the week to try to get through to the people or the situations that you were trying to change. Okay? Again, I keep hearing the message that this is all a reason for you to be doing this so that you do not carry it into your new journey. It's like little last minute remnants of things that needed to be dealt with. And yeah, very important. So I have got a little mountain of cards going on here because I've been redecorating as you've seen. So I'm going to grab the Power of Surrender cards. I'm going to take one out of here. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I really like this format. And again, today we were talking about how to reconnect yourself to your outcome by reconnecting to your source. So that's what we're going to be looking at on Saturdays, okay? It does so feel like there's so many, this having to do with relationships, Pisces. This so felt with heart, okay? It's you giving so much of yourself or so much of your heart to situations where you're not getting it back, okay? I will tell you that. As I pulled this card, it feels like you just ripped your heart right out of your chest. You're giving it to people who do not deserve it. It's just that simple. You're giving it to situations that don't deserve it. Stop giving away of yourself. Stop. And I'm hearing from them now is saying something like, needing validation. That's right. Needing validation from a situation. And this is an insecurity inside of you. It comes from the root chakra. Okay? So let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and be surrounded by positive people. So again, I'm feeling the Seven of Swords coming in, telling you that there's no reason for you to be doing this. It's time to let go. Okay? Because next week, this week coming up, we're going to be talking about protection, and we're going to be in plans. We're planning your week, okay? We're planning your departure. So this is going to wane. It's going to go away now, because you've had all week to look at it, and if you've been here listening, you're hearing this repetitive motion that I'm trying to put at you of just, you need to let go of this situation. You need to let it go. Okay? Whatever it is, it needs to be in the past now. And you need to know your part in it. You need to go find out why you needed validation or acceptance from this situation. Okay? You need to go look at that. You need to write that down. You need to let that out. You need to cry it out. You need to let it go. Let it go to the universe. Give it to source. Okay? So this is how you're going to reconnect, by letting go of it. Letting go of this oppression. Okay? What you need to impress is let it go, let it go, let it go. All these three cards mean the same thing. That's what you need to embrace. But you've got to realize what you need to let go. You've got to bring clarity to the situation, and that's going to reconnect you to Spirit, and Spirit will then come in and help you heal and help you move forward, okay? Reconnect to yourself, okay? Bring back your light, okay? And show you the way, okay? Again, get you on the right path, okay? Realize that certain situations, they don't need your attention. They don't need a winner or a loser. They just need you to walk away. They need those swords to be put down and walk away, okay? And there's no spoils to this, Victor. It's just a barren, very cold place left. You don't need to stay there. You don't need to stand your ground here. You need to just simply move out of that energy, okay? So, I have to admit, these readings for this last week have been really, really tough. I feel for you. I wish I could get in. I'm like a mom, so I feel like I could go in, and I wish that I could go in and just fix everything and make it all better. But it's unfortunately not something that I can do. I can't fix it for you. And that is something I have to deal with. And because I know how you feel. We're the same, right? We have that innate sense of wanting to go in and fix something, but I can't make you see the truth. You have to see the truth. So I can't win unless you help me. And I think that would be another message. People won't be helped unless they let you help them. And if they refuse to let you help them, then it's time to bow out. Okay, it's time to get out of those situations. If the situation won't be helped, can't be helped by you, then it's time for you to move on. All right, Pisces. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to come back and do the extended. I hope you've enjoyed this format. I have very, very much. And I will see you in tonight's reading. Take care.